So now to go truthing or faking. Kathleen is over by the big board. Good evening to you. Claims that the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, purchased luxury villas using Western aid money. I presume that's military aid money. Truth or fake?
That's right, Mark. President Zelensky recently ended his European tour aimed to replenish Ukraine's arms deliveries as the country gears up for a counter-offensive against Russia. In the sidelines of this visit, accounts on social media have been sharing this video showing 3 luxury properties allegedly owned by President Zelensky and purchased with Western aid money following the war in Ukraine. One example of these claims, originally in French, this user that says, "What does Zelensky spend our money on?" Zelensky owns luxury real estate. So we're going to take a look at the residences and question the properties one by one. We have the images right here. The first residence allegedly in Crimea that according to the claims cost President Zelensky about $25 million. Second, there's this villa in Forte dei Marmi, Italy, at a cost of about 20 million euros. And the third claim is this villa in England that the Ukrainian president allegedly bought at a cost of 27 million pounds. All allegedly financed by the money that Zelensky received from his Western allies, according to the claims. Mark?
So, do these villas, mansions, big houses actually belong to Volodymyr Zelensky? That's the question.
Let's begin with the first property, the alleged castle in Livadia, Crimea, allegedly worth $25 million. We found this article in Reuters from May 2019, where we learned that President Zelensky's wife, Elena Zelensky, bought this penthouse in this apartment complex in Crimea in 2013, so before Russia's annexation of Crimea in March 2014. And this property right here is no secret. It appears in Zelensky's tax return from March 2021 that also specifies that the property is a 130 square meter apartment that, according to Ukrainian media, actually cost about $160,000, not $25 million. An apartment that may soon no longer belong to the presidential couple after the leader of Crimea declared that this apartment was going to be given to people in need in efforts to nationalize, as they say, objects that bring income to the enemy.
So, one fake exposed. Let's move on to that villa in Italy. Price tag 20 million euros. Truth or fake? Tell us.
Indeed, Mark, we found information on this property in Italy, in Forte dei Marmi, that allegedly cost Zelensky 20 million euros, according to the claims. In particular, we found this article from March 2019, published by Ukrainian investigative media called Slitstvo Info, where they reveal that this 15-room villa does indeed belong to the Ukrainian president. That, according to the president's tax returns from 2019, Zelensky purchased this villa in 2015, a villa of 413 square meters. So long before, a villa purchased long before the current Russian invasion of Ukraine. But contrary to the claims, this villa was not worth 20 million. It was an exaggerated price. This villa cost the president about 3.8 million euros, according to Ukrainian investigative media.
So Zelensky bought that a lot earlier than it was alleged. It's not worth what, or the value is nothing like what was quoted. And clearly, one has to remember he was a very successful showbiz entertainer before he became president. So perhaps he had the cash in his back pocket. Let's go on to the final one. The big house, the mansion in England.
Finally, yes, Mark, this mansion in England that, according to the claims, cost President Zelensky 27 million pounds. We found the images of this mansion in a Russian media that claims that British media published that Zelensky gave his wife this mansion in Hartfield that is located in the north of London at a value of 14 million euros. However, we found no other publication that could back up these claims in this Russian news article. What we actually found was the active listing of this mansion called Moore Manor in real estate companies like Sotheby's and Savills at a price listing of about $12 million. And then regarding the second claim that President Zelensky embezzled $400 million in aid, this allegation can be found in several Russian media. Here's one, for example, claiming that Zelensky embezzled $400 million from Washington in order to buy these mansions. However, to buy these mansions. So claims that, although are not entirely false, are lacking proof and verification and are propelled by Russian propaganda aimed at discrediting Zelensky's relationship with his Western allies.
That's